little souls, hello one and all. Welcome to Grandma Dee's house, where you can be you, I can be me, and we'll learn from the magic book machine. We'll put some things in, then a story comes out to help us figure out what life is all about. So come and see Grandma Dee, Fifi, Brandon, and Ashley, 'cause when you're with them, you're with family. 1, 2, fiddly 3, it's Grandma Dee in the magic book machine.
Hi, reading friends. Just writing a thank you letter to my auntie and cousin who live in Chicago. My auntie sent me a care package of snacks, and my cousin sent me some fun coloring book pages to do. I love her. She's so cool. She's 12.
Auntie is the bestest reading friends. And I love our cousin Seta. Auntie is so nice. Hey, Ash, did you know she adopted Seta?
Yeah. Seda told me that one time. She said sometimes she used to get sad 'cause she was adopted.
Seta? Sad? No way. She always laughs so much.
Well, yeah, but Seda says sometimes she gets sad 'cause she doesn't feel like she fits in.
Oh no.
Yeah.
What did you do?
I told Seda sometimes I didn't feel like I fit in either. And I told her what Mr. T told me. That it was okay to feel that way. That she is loved, and no matter what, as long as she loved herself, everything else was great.
Did it work for her?
Well, she said she still was sad sometimes, but she tells herself, I love me, and then she goes back to whatever she was doing. And she doesn't feel so bad anymore.
Hey, Ash, and reading friends. All this talk about others being the same, fitting in, reminds me of that book Daddy sent us last week.
Oh, right. Good thinking. I want to read it. Not Quite Narwhal by Jesse Siena. Kelp was born deep in the ocean. He knew early on that he was different from the other narwhals. His tusk wasn't even as long as everyone else's. He had different tastes in food. And he wasn't a very good swimmer. But his friends didn't seem to mind, so Kelp decided he wouldn't either. That is, until he was swept away by a strong current. I wish I were a better swimmer. Kelp found himself at the surface, close to land, than he'd ever been before. High up on the cliff, he spotted a mysterious, sparkling creature. It looked so familiar. It looked like Kelp. Kelp swam toward land as fast as he could, which wasn't very fast at all, hoping that he could catch up with the creature that looked just like him. When he finally reached the shore, Kelp felt a little bit anxious. He had never left the ocean. He was nervous about walking on land for the first time, but the land creatures made it look so easy. No, it wasn't. Ooh, oof. Oh, ow. Ooh. Eventually, he got the hang of it. Everything on land was strange and beautiful, but also kind of scary. Kelp began to think he might never find a creature that looked just like him. But as he stumbled out of the forest, land narwhals! Actually, we're unicorns. And by the looks of it, so are you. Kelp had never heard of unicorns before. They taught him all sorts of new things about his tusk. We call them horns. Wow. They introduced him to unicorn delicacies. And they showed him how to gallop. There was no doubt that Kelp was, in fact, a unicorn. He was having so much fun that he didn't want to leave. But then he remembered all of his friends from under the sea. Oh, Kelp missed them terribly, so he said goodbye to the unicorns and returned to the ocean. Come back soon. Kelp swam toward home as fast as he could, which wasn't very fast at all, hoping that the narwhals would still like him now that he was a unicorn. Well, he finally arrived. Kelp had butterflies in his stomach. Kelp! Kelp took a deep breath and told his friends the news. It turns out I'm not a narwhal. Of course you're not. I'm a unicorn. We all knew that. They took it all quite well. Kelp was happy to be home. But now that he'd experienced life on land with the unicorns, he couldn't seem to forget them. Did he want to be a land narwhal with the unicorns? Or a sea unicorn with the narwhals? Kelp couldn't decide. But then he realized that maybe, just maybe, he didn't have to choose. The end. Wow, that was a fantastic book.
Hey, reading friends, do you ever feel lonely, like you don't fit in or you're feeling different? 'Cause it's okay to feel that way, right?
'Cause feelings, they're hard, reading friends. Well, they can be. Grandma Dee would say, just know that you are loved.
Know what else they should know?
What's that?
It's the end of story time, and we have to get to snack.
Okay, reading friends, Brandon is right. Thank you for joining us today. We hope you can join us again real soon for another story time short.
Yeah, and as Grandma Dee always says, we don't much care for goodbyes, so for now, farewell.
It's time to say farewell for now, farewell, farewell, for now, for now. It's time to say farewell for now, farewell, farewell, for now, for now. Our time has been such fun, our friendship's only just begun. So remember to share what you've learned with everyone. But it's time to say farewell for now, farewell, farewell, for now, for now. It's time to say farewell for now, farewell, farewell, for now, for now. Grandma Dee loves you and everything you are. You can bet we'll be with you even when we seem far. And so we'll say farewell for now, farewell, farewell, for now, for now. It's time to say farewell for now, farewell, farewell, for now.